Lifestyle Pirates with Big J and Adriano.
Right, welcome to Lifestyle Pirates.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome along, Luke Action Jackson. You doing all right?
Doing very good. And yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So we are sitting opposite here on LPs with the current WBA Oceania and WBO Oriental and Australian Featherweight titles holder. Did I get that right?
Yes, you got it right. So,
how's that? Was that like normally? Is there like a big fanfare when you get your name shouted? Are you okay that there's not like some rap music in the background? You're not walking somewhere. You get
look,
okay.
I'm fine with that.
Good, man.
I did have them belts. So once you fight for them, then you relinquish to move on to obviously the bigger and better. So you win the Australian title first, and then you relinquish that. Then you fight for a regional belt. You get ranked, and then we relinquished that, and we went for the WBO one, and then we fought for the big one, the WBO world title. And so at the minute, I don't hold any titles, but I do still have the belts, and I'm still known for holding them titles. So.
Do you get to keep the belts?
Yeah.
And they make another one.
Yes. So the person that they send a new one out to the new champ, whoever that may be. So
I always wondered that.
Yeah,
it's
so
like WWF, how there's only one belt that they carry around.
No, you get to keep it forever, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
They're at home.
And boxing's also real, though, Georgie.
Yeah, I know. Sorry,
mate. You've just been on the news recently. You've been doing the Goggins challenge. You've been keeping yourself busy in let's just call it downtime. I'm fed up of hearing the word.
Yeah.
How you feeling? How the legs? Are you?
Everything's good, man. The body's always good. Besides my right hand and my right shoulder, the body's always pretty good. I've had a lot of injuries in my career, but the main one that always gives me trouble from day to day is my right hand. So yeah, the legs are good. Everything's good. I run a lot, so I knew the challenge wouldn't be too hard for me. It would be a little bit more mental, but even like I said, even though I do suffer with some mental health issues, I'm very strong mentally when it comes to things like that. So the challenge was no problem. The hardest thing of it was just setting the alarm to make sure I'd get up, because I was panicking that I wouldn't wake up and I'd fuck the challenge up, you know what I mean? Like, so I was really concerned about that. It's like when you got to catch an airplane, you don't sleep that well, do you? You know, so I had like 3 alarms set, like just panicking a bit. So yeah, that was the hardest thing about it, honestly, setting the alarm.
And for those that maybe don't know what the challenge is, do you want to explain what you did?
So David Goggins, he's a guy in America, Navy.
Extreme. He's a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, Navy SEAL. So he does this challenge every year. So it's 4-4-48. Every 4 hours he has to run 4 miles, which is 6.5 or 6.4 k's, and he does that for 48 hours. So it's a real mental challenge. And so I completed that, but I knew I was going to do one more than what he did, because I'm a little bit crazy like that. So I ended up doing 13. I was going to continue, but look, anyway.
I had somewhere to go.
Yeah, I had something to do. I had places to be. But I stopped, and the next day, man, I felt like crying all day. Honestly, I was just sitting there. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I was really emotional because obviously I hadn't had much sleep, and it was similar to a high you come off after a fight. I was supposed to fight the Friday night, and that's why I'd done it on then, to give me something to do. It's very much like a fight. It's 12 runs. The run took me about 30 minutes, so it was 3 minutes. So it was very similar to a fight, man. It was really cool. Different rounds, you have better performances than others, and it was quite easy. It was harder to stop, to be honest with you.
So what was your nutrition like for that?
There was no plan behind any of it, or recovery. I just ate when I felt like it. Like everyone said, how because I had a few people saying, when are you going to eat? What are you going to do? Like, how are you going to plan your meals? Like, can you run on if you've got to run and then you've eaten a lot? And I'm thinking, like, you haven't experienced some of the shit I've experienced when it's like cutting weight, when I haven't been able to eat, you know, properly for fucking 8 weeks and had to cut like 12 or 13 kilos and run where it's hard to even run a kilometre. I'm fucking so lethargic and cooked and lose like 4.5 kilos in a sauna in one day. Like, so, I didn't, that's nothing. That was nothing.
Did you say lose 4.5 kilos in a sauna?
Yeah, I did that for one.
I'm going to stop training with you. I'm just going to go and sit in the sauna.
Where is this sauna?
Yeah.
Is this a particular sauna?
This was not healthy, man.
No.
It was after the Frampton fight, my first fight back. I had a broken hand, and I broke my hand in training camp, but I wanted to have the fight before the year's out to get my shit back together a bit. I lost a lot of weight to come in, and then the morning of the weigh-in, I'd done a training session the night before and dropped a heap of weight, and then the morning of the weigh-in, I woke up, I was still falling a bit over, and I was dehydrated as well, so I started to panic a bit. So I went to the sauna, I dropped 2.5 in there, and then went back home and laid down, and then went back and dropped the rest of it in the afternoon, and I was fucked, man. Honestly, I was so bad. I ate and had a drink, and then like just was spewing my guts up all night because my body couldn't handle. My stomach was just fucked. And then the next night, I had the fight. I had an injection in my hand on the day of the fight to try and numb the pain because it was real bad. And then I'm watching this guy. We're in the dressing room downstairs. I'm watching the guy.
Is this against Frampton?
No, this is against my first fight back after Frampton, against a guy from Asia. And I'm watching him hit the pads. I'm thinking, fucking hell, like this is going to be harder than what I anticipated, you know, especially with everything that's going on, you know, the weight cut, my hand. First round come out, he hits me with a right hand on the back of my head, and my legs went like just gone. And I'm just thinking to myself, fuck, here we go, like, you know, bite down and hold on and get it done, and end up beating him pretty easily. So, but it's that's the beauty that I love about sport, boxing especially. You know, like everyone just sees you go out there, and everyone just seen me get my hand raised that night, but they didn't understand that I had a broken hand. I had a needle in it. I cut all that weight. I got hit on top of the head the first fucking punch he threw. You can either fold or you can rise to it, you know, and that's what I love about the sport. No one can save you, man. You know, it's you versus you, literally, plus someone else. It was fucking
outnumbered.
Fuck, I had two. I had the weight cut, the broken hand, and this fucking hungry Asian guy trying to kill me. So it was crazy. It was a good fight. I learned a lot about myself that night.
Yeah, definitely. So when you went into the ring, and obviously you've got that injury to your hand, like did it disappear from your mind straight away?
No. So it was there the whole fight, and because I remember hitting the pads down, and I'm thinking the needle hasn't worked properly because it's still sore. Like I could still feel it, and I'm thinking it was a 10-round fight, and this one was 8 rounds. Comeback was 8-round fight. I'm thinking, okay, I'll because I'm smart. I knew I was smarter and better fighter than him, but he hit me top of the head the first round, so your game plan sort of goes out the window. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to use the left as much as I can because I didn't want to let him know that the right hand was sore. I just wanted maybe him think, you know, I'm setting him up for something.
Yeah.
But if I threw the right hand and it hurt and he's seen it hurt, then they gain confidence from that. Yeah. So I barely threw the right hand for fucking 4 or 5 rounds. And then I let it go and I dropped him, but I couldn't back it up with the right hand because it was that fucking sore. So anyway, I got the win.
So backstage, like when you're training up for it, are you guys next to each other?
Not normally, but this fight was out Bankstown, and was warming up in the car park downstairs. So nice. I could see him, and yeah, it's quite confronting, you know.
Yeah, big time.
Yes, especially when you got some injuries and shit.
Yeah, I imagine it would be.
Yeah.
And how is it then with the weigh-ins? Because I mean, with a lot of these fights, you get the preamble to it. You know, you got the promo, and we can promote things all over the place now, social media, you know, TV, all of that. Then when you're weighing in with each other, we see on like the UFC and some of the other codes where you're weighing in and you're literally looking each other in the eye. Like, what's going through your mind there?
Look, not much. I'm thinking about eating. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to fucking.
That's why we got so much in common.
Yeah, you know, eating or making weight. But like, of course, you want to have a look at your opponent, and you're seeing how they're looking at you. Like, I mean, I put a post up. I had a memory come up and I shared it the other day. I was fighting this African guy, and he was a lot taller than me, and he was in my face, like hard, like staring at me. And
That was at the Olympics.
no, this was at a fight in Hobart, a professional fight for when I defended my WBO title. And he was like really like layering up in front of me and trying to be real aggressive and that. And I don't like that, like there's no need for this, and I put a post up saying the eyes Chico, they never lie, because I seen in his eyes he was weak, he was trying to intimidate me because he was intimidated, and then he ended up quitting on his stool in round 5, so it just goes to show 24 hours before he's trying to bridge up at me, and for no reason. Obviously, we're fighting. I understand that, but the fight's not till tomorrow, brother. Like, just fucking relax, And then, when it was the fight, he's the one that ended up fucking wanting to find a way out. So you can't go off how a weigh-in is or anything, Like, I honestly, I don't really think about the fight until I've got my hands wrapped. Obviously, I do think about the fight, but I've trained my mind because I've been through so much with this sport. And I keep a diary and all that, and the things that I've fucked up in the past with my mental state and that, I train my mind to switch off from it like a light switch. So if I'm struggling with it and I do think about the fight a lot, I've got ways to deal with it. To exhaust my brain of thinking about this fight, and then when I go home, I'll switch off with it, so I won't think about it. So the day of a fight is my happiest day. Like, if anyone sees me on fight day, you'll see I'm the happiest guy. Like a big smile on my face. I'm so happy. I just feel like it's just what I'm supposed to do.
It's definitely your passion, then.
Yeah. I just find peace, man. On that day, I'm at peace. It's crazy.
I was watching your story on YouTube, and you were back home in Hobart, and there's 2 bits I think stuck out for me. One of the things you said when you're walking to the ring. And I don't know if this was home ground advantage, so I'd like to talk about that. But you were walking to the ring and you were like, nothing else matters.
No, it doesn't.
Not the rent, the bills, nothing else in the world matters. You're in that zone. So let's talk about that. But then the other piece as well was you stuck around and signed and hung out.
Yeah.
And you're very, you come across as someone that's just very humble, but also appreciative of the support.
Of course, man.
Which I found amazing. There was no arrogance or ego. You could have been anyone there.
It's funny, like, because why, Bella? Because everyone always asks, why boxing? And it comes back to this, Bella. Like, because as a kid, like, I was chucked in like welfare a lot, in and out of care. So like, I was always alone. You know what I mean? So like, even as a kid, when my dad took me, and my dad found a new wife, which he's still with now. Very nice lady, but all my brothers and sisters had left, either got done, smoking weed, or which I was, and kicked out of house and that. But I was a little bit smarter not to get caught from my dad a lot, So I was living by myself, man, from a young age, and when I wasn't there, I was in care. So I used to spend a lot of time by myself, and I used to pretend to fight, and like even before I started boxing, like I was pretending to fight people and have people watching me, and I don't know, I was just a kid looking for attention, to be honest with you, I think. And then I met a guy, Chris and Nathan Polly, and I just liked the way people approached them and respected them, and I thought that was cool, man. And that, to be honest with you, that's why I first went to the boxing gym, because I wanted to get the attention of, people thinking, oh, he's cool. You know what I mean? Like, it was so simple. That's something I wanted that I wasn't getting at home, attention or whatever it may be.
Was that because you were obviously part of a big family? I think you've got 5 other siblings?
I've got 5 sisters and 2 brothers.
Yeah.
But it's all broken up. Like, my mum and dad, before they got together, had kids, and then they got together, had kids, and they split up and had kids. So it's a mad, broken family. I mean, but, when things are tough, everyone's there for each other,
So you started quite late in the piece, didn't you, in boxing?
Yeah,
so
18. Yeah, so 18.
So when you jumped into it, were you natural straight away?
I was, man. Yeah, because I used to fight a lot, man. Honestly, and just because I don't know what. I had a chip on my shoulder. I was heavy into drugs. Like when I say drugs, like weed, but like I had a $200 or $300 drug debt every week, and I managed to pay it somehow. Like I'd steal off anyone, but I would not give a fuck, honestly. And I didn't care, brother. I was fighting a lot, stealing, just being a rebel, you know. And the guy I used to hang around with all the time, he's dead now, you know. May he rest in peace, you know. Like he got stabbed and killed outside his nan's house where we used to stay as kids, man. Like it's fucked up. It's really bad. So, you know, that's where I was heading, bro. So when I first started, I picked up real quick. Like I went from no fights to, you know, to state champion in two or three fights, and then Commonwealth Games bronze medal in, you know, 10 or 13 fights, which is fucking crazy to think, you know. And the guys I beat in that tournament, you know, went on to win world titles as professionals and stuff. So it went from zero to nothing very quickly.
So it taught you like discipline.
Everything that boxing's taught me is what your parents should teach you. And I learned it all from boxing, honestly. The reason I'm so respectful and I know how to speak, I know how to do everything. Like I know how to eat good because you got to cut weight. I know how to go to bed early because I got to get up for training. You know, like the fundamentals that you're supposed to learn from your parents, I learned that from boxing, and that's fucking the God honest truth. You know, I hear a lot of people say boxing saved them and this and that, and maybe it did, but like literally, it saved me many times. Like, you know, just recently I was going through a fucking shitstorm of a time, and you know the thing that pulled me out of it again was my training. You know, and I train all the time. I haven't stopped training for 20 years, but you know, with the training comes, you know, you might drink or you might do this, that, you know, so your fucking world falls apart a bit. So the thing about boxing is the discipline it takes to prepare for a fight. You know, you got to eat well, you got to, you know, not drink and that. So it saved me many times, brother. Yeah.
So I suppose on the discipline part, when you're coming up to like a big fight, and you know, like how long before that do you start training? Do you start getting into that mindset? Like, do you know like a long time before you start focusing on that?
So obviously I honestly I train every day, and when I eat, I don't need to rest. It's when I start making weight. So I usually do like
when you cut.
When I start cutting weight, so I do like a 3 month program in my head. So obviously I'm already fit to a certain point. I've got a base fitness, and when I'm not in camp, there's no structure with my training. I just train whenever I feel like it, which feels like a holiday, you know. Like it feels good. I just train whenever I feel like training. I just train, and 3 months out, like I won't drink alcohol. I'll stop the alcohol, and then I'll train. You know, just get some structure with my training, maybe at certain times of the day, and then 10 weeks out. I'll start to, you know, not like eat a bit better, and then 8 weeks out I'll maybe have a cheat meal once a week, and then 6 weeks out it's just fucking full noise, eating fuck all and training.
So your diet's not like some sort of magic keto diet or something like that.
No, man, it's
giving
just
your body what it needs.
It's just simple, but like I've done it for nearly 20 years, and you know, every time I change it a little bit, but it's a core ingredients, you know. A lot of water, you know, vegetables, you know, lean meats, a lot of protein, you know, and fucking just eat 3 or 4 meals a day. Like it's pretty simple. Like, and just work
rocket science.
And just fucking work your ass off. Honestly, I've never taken a supplement in my fucking life ever. And I barely stretch. Like I'm not saying I'm not saying do what I do, but I'm just saying like I'm a bit crazy with this sort of shit, man. Like people say, "I'll stretch for 20 minutes." Like I'm thinking, fuck, I could run another 5Ks in 20 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm right because I'm probably wrong, but this is what's got me to where I'm at.
Yeah, wow. So you're always thinking about what more you can do.
Yeah. So I mean, not everyone could probably do what I do because my body's still, you know, besides my right hand, I still can fucking train no problem at all. So
I think you're finding if something works for you from a routine side of things,
let's just do it.
Then do it.
That's right, brother. You know, what works for me might not work for you, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like you gotta. Everyone wants the fucking answers. Find it yourself, brother. Find the fucking answer yourself.
Do you find that now when you're training people? Because you do a lot of coaching. Obviously, you do PT, and you know, we train you. You kick my ass a couple of times a week. Do you find that maybe the younger generation or people now want the silver bullet. Luke, how can I be like you quickly? They're not willing to put the time in, and I guess the peripheral sacrifices of no booze, eating properly, training 7 days a week, maybe twice a day. Are you finding that people just want the Band-Aid solution?
They just want they want the they want the result without doing the work, man. Like if I really sat down and think about it, like like I started boxing in my dad's garage. Like I hung a bag there, and I just hit the motherfucker for hours. But like my dad used to say, it sounded like a dog barking down there because like I'd just be down there smashing. And like my dad never come and watch me hit the bag. Like rarely ever did he come down and watch me hit the bag. Obviously he's busy doing whatever he does, and I don't like when I say things. It's not having a go at it. I'm just stating facts. My mum wasn't there as a kid. Do I hate her for it? No, absolutely not. She's going through shit that fucking I don't know, and still is to this day. May she fucking find peace within herself, man. That's all I want for the beautiful woman she is. I'd feel sorry for her. Like I'm just when I say stuff, it's not for. I'm just saying facts, mate. I've done fucking shit that I'll say as well. Like I haven't done this, whatever. But I train myself, man. Like, and people want to come to the gym and they want to they want you to hold pads all the time. They want to hit pads. Fucking do the work, brother. Hit the bag. Hit the fucking bag. Hit the heavy bag. Hit the fucking thing until your arms fall off, and then hit it again. Like I was down like crazy, brother. Like absolutely crazy. This shit I've done by myself and motivate myself. Like a real trainer will teach people that they don't need a trainer. That's like fucking learn how to train yourself. Because unfortunately I'm not going to be here one day. And that's what I always tell people. Like the people are going to come and go in your life. Unfortunately, I wish fucking the good people could stay forever. Unfortunately, they don't, brother.
Yeah, and as you said, when you get in the ring,
you're by yourself.
It's you anyway. So.
And when your head hits the pillow overnight, who you with?
Yeah,
you fucking self, and that's the hardest time. Like if you can learn to be at peace with yourself, which I'm still learning, how to do this. But like the shit that goes through my head, like honestly, like you could say something to me and I'll take it a complete different way, like, and then I'm trying to process it in my head, thinking like, does he not like me now, or does she not like me, or where, I say, oh, can we catch up or something? And like you say no, and I'm thinking, oh, where is it? Like, do you know what I mean? Like my head doesn't stop, and I've got to learn to control that because I'm the type of person, I'm all in or I'm all out. Like, so if I feel like I'm getting fucking not what I'm putting in, then I'll take it out. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if I'm with you, I'm with you. But if I feel like I'm fucking something's, I'll take it out, brother. Yeah. And you probably won't get it back.
Yeah. How much does that help you? Because I know you talk a lot about being OCD.
Yep.
How much does that need for perfection and routine and let's just call it normal?
Yeah.
Help you when you're training and preparation, and then how much does it just really hinder you?
Yeah. Well, without it, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have achieved nothing of what I've done. It's helped me so much, but it comes with a price, brother. It comes with a heavy, heavy cost. It's I still take medication daily for this, and it started when I was younger. Like like I remember being in my bedroom as a kid, and my mum come in, and she'd turn the fucking light on and off, like constantly as I was asleep, and it'd wake me up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like a young kid. And I'd hear the stove on and off, on and off, on and off, and then the door open, lock, and I'm just like, what is going on? And it become like it just become a normal thing. And then, I started doing stupid shit, like I'd walk past something, and like I'd have to walk back and touch it, and if I didn't touch it, I didn't even know why I was doing it at the time because I was so young, but I did it, and then I had to count. As you get older, certain things happen, and your OCD, compulsive disorder changes, like your habits change, and it was the light switch a lot, and like even little things like the microwave, I'd have to stop it on a certain number, and the food's not even cooked yet, but I'd have to stop it and then shut it, and counting numbers in my head, and then it's just, like it just goes on, but like crazy, and then like I'd drive in the car with my eyes shut from one light post to the next, and like fucking, and you sort of I did an interview when I was in for the Frampton fight, and like they asked me about it, and it's because I block a lot of it out in my head. Like I forget about a lot of it, honestly. And I asked it, and I'm thinking, fuck, like I used to do that as well. And like I used to get this, I had this crossbow, and I fucking used to load it up. I'd come home drunk. I'd stand in the fucking mirror in the bathroom, and I'd put it in my mouth, loaded a fucking crossbow, and I'd egg myself on to pull the trigger, brother. Like, and I'd do this for like an hour, honestly, off my head. And I'm just like crazy, brother. And like, I just don't know, like, what the fuck I was thinking or why I was doing it, but I was doing it. And like, I sort of forgot about it. Like, I sort of pushed it out of my head. But it come back when I went to fight friends because they were asking me and I was talking and it sort of come to me again, you know what I mean? And then, because like when I was little, my mum's, this guy, Graham, he used to kick the football with me a lot, mum's boyfriend, and I remember that a lot, you know, because I didn't get that much attention. And one day he left, and he used to always wear sunglasses. And my mum, Graham, left his sunglasses. And then the next day he went missing and then they found him dead. You know, he hung himself. And that fucking hit me really hard as a young kid, you know, like, so it affected me. And then my sister's father, Danny, killed himself a couple months after that as well. So it was a big thing in the family, you know, like just like a young kid hearing about people killing themselves. It's like, what is going on? So I thought about that a lot, you know, from a young age. Like, why are people doing this? Like, is that what you do? And so I obsessed about suicide a lot as a, you know, that was one of my OCD things, you know, like I Google ways to fucking kill yourself, like easy ways to kill yourself. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You know, like you're laying here in bed, like you're pretty happy. Everything is going smooth. You've achieved what you want to achieve. You know, like I used to say a prayer to God every day, like maybe 100 times in my head. Dear Lord, let me make the Olympic Games and I'll die 2 weeks later. Like I was sick with it, you know what I mean? Like, and then I'm laying there going, oh, you've done what you've done. Why are you thinking about fucking tying a noose around your manhole and jumping out? You know what I mean? So it got to a point where I was really fucking bad, man. And then I tried to take a heap of tablets one day and my dad found me and then he took me to see a psychiatrist and that's why I'm on that's when I started finding out a lot of what my issues were. I said psychiatrist Dr. Michael Davies and he just fucking just stripped me back, you know, stripped me back from the fucking core and found some of the issues. And I seen an OCD specialist and her name was Lisa, and she just helped me try to understand my brain a bit better, which was great. You know, little things like I used to drive into the carport in Tasmania in my car. If my dogs were on the back doorstep, I could walk inside, no problem. But if they weren't, I knew they were at the gate, so I'd have to look over and look both of them in the eye, like that, and then walk inside. If I didn't do that, I thought something bad was going to happen to them. Yeah, wow. It was fucking like crazy, brother. Honestly, like, wow. But it was like this with my training too. You know, like I done this thing for about 15 years. Like the rounds are 3 minutes, so I'd train, and the buzzer would go off for 30 seconds. So I'd train like an extra 5 seconds, and then I'd start 5 seconds before the thing started. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, it's 10 seconds. 10 seconds over a day, you know, like 10 rounds is a bit, and then over a week is a bit, then over 10 years is a lot. So I'm thinking like doing little extras and that, like it's just fucking sick how I was thinking. And like I'd run 6Ks. If it went 6.1, I'd have to run 7. And yeah, it's helped me a lot in ways, but also, as I just said, like it's affected me like a lot as well, you know.
Yeah. So let's talk about your achievements. You were a team captain for your country.
Yep.
In the 2012 Olympics in London.
Greatest achievement, brother.
How does that feel to get that phone call, or were you told face to face? Walk us through that.
Well, let's just go back a bit. Okay, so the reason that London 2012 Olympics are so special to me, because I moved to Canberra after winning the bronze medal in 2006 to chase my dreams of being an Olympian in 2008. I'd done everything, but I locked myself in a room and obsessed about this constantly. I was sick in the head, but I put too much pressure on myself. I'd eat fuck all. It was bad. Like, it was really bad. Reading back through the diaries now, it's just sick, the shit I was doing to myself to try and achieve something. Anyway, I went to Samoa for the qualifiers, in 2008. and I couldn't sleep. This is before I found out anything or was on any medication for anything. So I was just fucking fighting my demons, man. And I couldn't sleep. And then I panicked about not sleeping. So then that made it worse. And I couldn't sleep. So I was there for 10 days. I reckon I slept 7 hours or something. Like, it was fucking sick. Wow. I had 2 fights. I stopped one of them and beat the other one up. And then in the third fight, I was fighting a guy that I'd previously beaten 3 times. All I had to do was just go for the motions, beat him again, and I was going to the Olympics. I lost by 2 points, all right? My fuck, mate. Honestly, the world fell apart. Like, I had all my people never believed in me, brother. You know.
And just quickly for those listening that don't know boxing, what does 2 points mean?
Fuck all.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 2 punches.
Just 2 punches.
It's fuck all. All right. So in the amateurs, it's fuck all.
Right.
So you know, no one believed in me, brother. Like when I set out to do this, no one believed in me, but I believed in me. You know what I mean? I believed in myself. And anyway, it was fucked, mate. Honestly, it was the lowest fucking, it was so bad. So much effort I put into this, you know. I remember coming back on the plane and they flew me from Samoa straight back to Tassie. These motherfuckers from the OS, they just cut me, you know. Wow. And I wanted the plane to crash in the ocean, honestly. So then I'm fucking back working on roofs for my dad, which I hated. I never wanted to do it in the rain. I remember slipping over, falling down to the gutter in the rain in Hobart in August. So cold, going, fuck, what am I doing? Like, what the fuck is going on? Then I had a stress fracture in my back. It put me out for a year. Then I had broken hands. I had all this, and then I still never lost hope in this, brother. And I come back and I went up a division. They all said I was too small. They said I was too small.
Is this when you went from 57 to 60?
Yes. Yeah. They said I was too small.
Yeah.
I went to the Australian titles and bashed everyone. I smashed them all. And then I went to the Commonwealth Games. I was team captain for the Commonwealth Games in 2010, so my second Commonwealth Games. All right? And then I went on and fucking become an Olympian 4 years later, brother. I fucking put my life into that. And that was the best. Like, I remember fighting Chad Milnes from New Zealand for the qualifier in the final. And he's a fucking good fighter, mate. Strong as. And I smashed him. I remember the last round I was up and I was just like, could have boxed, but I just went forward and smashed him. Like and then I could have fought 100 rounds that day. I was so fucking strong. Yeah. And then when the bell went, I just looked over my dad in the crowd, and just like I looked at him and I was like, I told you, I fucking told you I'd do this, you know. Nice. And I made it. And the fuck, mate.
Did he acknowledge that as well?
Yeah, he knew how much work I put into it. He fucking knew, mate. You know, and he supported me. I love my dad, you know. And like when I say stuff, it probably comes across the wrong way, but like that's just me. You know, my dad knew the fucking effort I put in. Yeah. My dad was just being a dad, mate. My dad goes, fuck boxing, son. Yeah. Get a good education, which I didn't. Dropped out of school grade 7. Don't drink drive. I did drink drive, got caught. Don't lend money to women. I did lend money to women. You know, fuck, do all the... trying to look out for me, but I was like, Dad.
Were you looking at his rules the other way around, mate?
Exactly.
Yeah. Were you looking at the mirror?
Everything my dad told me to do, I didn't do, and I fucked it up. Yeah. But he said, no, fuck boxing. But I'm like, no, Dad. No, fuck roofing, brother. Yeah. You know, he wants me to be a roofer. Fuck that. I fucking can't stand that shit. But when I missed out on the Olympics, I come back, I had no education. I dropped out of school grade 7, nothing, a suitcase, still in with my dad. Yeah. He didn't say nothing, but he's looking at me like, you know, I told you so, son.
Yeah, what options you got now?
What options you got? So, you know what I did? My dad, asbestos was pretty big back then. It was just starting to come in, like, you know, remove it. So Dad goes, we're going to TAFE. He's going to TAFE to do his asbestos license. So I said, yeah, fuck it. I'll do it with you. I had no idea, mate. My dad helped me do the course. I can't do that shit. I can do a lot of shit, but I don't like that. If I could do it, but I don't like it, so I'm not going to do it. If I like something, I'll find a way. If I don't,
there's no interest in it. Yeah,
that's it, brother. If I'm not interested in something, wasting your time. All right. So anyway, got my asbestos license. Ended up, mate, the amount of money I made, I bought myself a house, right? No shit. Which I still got the house in Tassie that I rent out. I brought a car, brought all the furniture, own everything in the house, and you know, like it worked out.
All from asbestos, lovely.
Asbestos, brother. and then I got out of it, and it was funny because my dad's got a different last name. He's Pettit, I'm Jackson. Yeah. So we'd be in the car. I had Jackson Asbestos and roofing. He had just roofing. So people would say, ring up, say, hey, just roofing, we want an asbestos removal. How much? And then they'd ring me. I'll be in the car next to them because they're trying to budget, you know. I say, Luke, speaking from Jackson Asbestos Roofing.
Price shopping you, and you're in
Yeah,
the
the
same
price
car.
shopping. So Dad'd go, right, son, I'm going to put it in at 10K. You put it in at 9.5, you know. So I'll get the job. Fucking beauty. And
we'll split the difference.
yeah, no, fuck, mate. And then we used to so you got to do clearance certificates on asbestos. So I'd do Dad's clearances, and he'd do mine. You got to pay $500 to some offsider to come and do it because we had a different last name. We fucking made it work, brother.
Yeah, nice.
Hey, fucking cheers,
Cheers
to me.
to that.
Cheers to Dad, mate. Hey, fucking legend. We made it work. So the time that I was out with the fucking busted back and that, I got a nice house and, you know, set myself up.
Yeah.
So, you know, boxing doesn't pay superannuation, brother.
Yeah.
So I've got that house there for if I ever have kids and that.
So with the
I've got to find a decent woman.
yeah, then we all. So with that back injury, right? So as an athlete, when you have something so severe like a back injury, how do you like stay in form and mentally as well? Because you can just go at any time. You can go, you know what? I've had my bit. That's it. I'm out.
Of course, and I could have done that many times.
Yeah.
But what I was doing is I was drinking. I was going out and fighting all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like I never wanted
In a
to
ring, yeah.
No.
Oh, okay, sweet. Is that how you kept in form?
So I used to be that guy that never liked it, and then all of a sudden I'm the guy out the front of a nightclub punching on with fucking different guys, you know. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Why am I doing this? And then my mate pulled me aside and said, you know, that's enough. So I stopped drinking and I sat on an exercise bike. That's all I could do, and I did that every day. Sat on a fucking exercise bike and pedalled on an exercise bike for about 6 months.
And you always knew you were going to get back in the ring?
And I started training some kids, and that was my method behind keeping my brain stimulated with the boxing. Always knew. Yeah. Always. Even after I got fucking my head punched in at the Olympics by a guy from China. Fuck, bad day, mate. Bad day at the office, that one.
Yeah.
But come out, and I knew I was going to fight again because I was never going to turn professional. You know, the only reason I turned professional was because I was with a girl for 7 years, and I said after Olympics I was going to retire, you know, and I didn't want to, and it was hard for her. Now, like as a man now, you know, this is like, you know, nearly 10 years ago, I've learnt and I've grown, and I understand her a lot now, how hard it must have been for her. You know, I was travelling the world fighting and that, and she just wanted me, you know what I mean? It's hard to see that at the time, but, you know, I've learnt that now, and I wanted to box again, and she didn't really want to deal with all that shit again, which she had to deal with for a long time. Anyway, we split up, which was a hard time for me.
Yeah.
And I just went the other way, you know, with drugs and alcohol and fucking self-destruction mode. Yeah. And then the only reason I turned professional was because I needed something to pull me back, and I was never going to turn pro ever, and I did, and here we are.
What's your thoughts on boxing, UFC? You know, there seems to be such a fine line between the highs and lows. Like if you look at a football player, you know, they're playing every week. You know, if you look at basketball, they're playing 2-3 games a week.
And they've got 20 other men that can fucking pull them out of the shit.
So they might encounter similar highs and lows, but there's probably a shorter time between, let's just call it, performances. Do you think that's one of the, I guess, challenges with boxing is because there's maybe two, you know, Anthony Joshua fights maybe 2 fights a year, you know, Tyson Fury a couple of fights a year, because there's such highs, long periods of time in between fights that you've got a real time to, I mean, you tell me this when we train, overthink things and really kind of get into the weeds of negative world sometimes.
Yeah. And also, you have to think of it like this, brother. Anyone that is a fighter is not wired correctly. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you got to really think about it. Like, think about what we're actually doing. If you step outside and have a look at what these fighters do, you know, and, you know, obviously the brain trauma, you know, and then it's not good, brother. You know, like, it's not good. You know, like, they're wired a little bit different. Then the brain trauma on top of that, the head knocks, and then the drugs and alcohol, if they do that as well, it fucks with their head a bit, you know, like, you know, I'm very lucky, brother. I haven't taken a lot of punishment in my career, you know, and I've been doing this near 20 fucking years, brother. That's a lot of fights. That's a lot of head knocks, so I think we're wired a little bit different, and obviously, everyone is a different person as well, and I have a lot of fighters, a lot of fighters have got issues, especially when they retire. Fuck, man, I've had so many mates kill themselves in boxing after they finish. It's fucking sad, mate. It's
Is it
absolutely
because
sad.
you don't feel, I don't know, like as relevant as you did because you're so big and
possibly,
and
yes.
influential?
It's definitely a possibility, I remember at the Olympics in 2012, there was a young kid named Billy Ward, and he was going through some issues, and he come into my room one day, and I questioned myself a lot about this one, because he was struggling, and I just made the Olympics after busting my ass for 8 years, and he was smoking cigarettes and doing all this, and let me tell you, I've had a drink here and there, but when I was trying to make the Olympics, brother, you got no idea. I fucking didn't do anything.
Clean as.
I was like fucking crazy. So then you got this young kid that's come in and he's smoking. Like, I know he's smoking, he's drinking, he's fucking sort of taking it for a bit of a joyride, And he's upset, he's not enjoying his boxing and that. And I just said, look, brother, you know how many people I've killed to be in your position? Like I explained my position to him. I said, look, you gotta take advantage of it, brother. You got a big life ahead of you. Take advantage of this, and just be positive and be happy. And anyway, we spoke, and obviously we was on training together. But he was always struggling, the poor kid. But obviously no one knew how much. And then after the Olympics, I get a call, and it was coached and said that Billy had killed himself. So it's fucking hard, mate. Then
Wow.
and then, as captain, I had to ring everyone.
Jeez.
I can tell them. And you know how I did it? Because I was in Tasmania. I'm like, fuck, how am I going to do this? So I rang everyone. And I went through the weight divisions. I go, Billy Ward. Okay, that's who we're talking about. Jackson Woods, 52. Ibrahim Bala, 56. Luke Jackson, me. Jeff Horn, Cameron Hammond. Okay, Damien Hooper. And it just went on and on, and that's how I went through and fucking phoned everyone and told them I loved them and told them what happened. Fuck, it was a sick day.
How old were you then?
28.
Wow.
I mean, 28's not a boy, but that's a boy to man moment, isn't it? That's a very hard thing to do.
It is, man. It is. It's as team captain, you have a lot of responsibilities. I had to, but I loved it. It kept my mind occupied a bit. I had to check everyone's weight every morning. Boys, my room every morning, jump on the fucking scales, check the weight. And if there was a problem, they'd come to me and I'd speak to coach.
Yeah.
I had a lot of issues as a kid, and I was very rebellious. And the coach Bodo Andreas, this man broke me down mentally, physically, emotionally. I hated him, but he built me into the man that's sitting in front of you now. And I swear a lot. I never swore in front of him, ever. And I was scared of him, brother. And eventually I got his respect for hard work. And he used to call me Jacko. And then he called me captain because I was captain. He used to I was one of only a couple of fighters that ever got invited to his house for a coffee and meet his wife and his dogs and that, The man fucking made me who I am today more than any other man. I fucking hated him. I hated him at the time, but...
Was that down to discipline, though? Because he was
he
a
just
disciplinarian?
he just didn't give a fuck, mate, He didn't give a fuck who you are,
Yeah.
And not that but this is a hard man, but something I'd never had.
Yeah.
I never had that discipline as a kid. I was my own kid.
Yeah.
So I needed that, and I didn't like it. I fucking didn't like it.
But it shaped you. Yeah.
It shaped me, mate. And he's the man behind one of the main reasons I am who I am today. The reason I'm structured with my discipline and all that is because of Bodo Andreas. Very, very hard man. He took us to Bombala once, right? New South Wales. Fucking up there, and we had to cut all these trees all day for the fire tracks, cut all the trees. Oh, fuck, all day, then train overnight. Was there for 2 weeks, no fucking phone reception, nothing. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And he took us to Threadbow, which was quite fun, skiing and, snow, skiing in the, for hours and then training in the afternoon. He was very old school, but fucking hard, man. I loved it.
How did you go skiing?
Sounds like a montage for
But
Ruby.
one thing about me, if I do something long enough, I'll get good at it.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking fun, man. I remember it, it just makes me laugh. I want to do it again someday. But all the boys are there, we're coming down, and then you're flying, and then bang, your mate would fall over, and they're stuck in this, and you're laughing when you laugh and you can't stop laughing there, but you're trying to hold on, and then you're over as well. It's the fucking funnest time, bro. Honestly, we had so many good times with all the boys, and memories for life. But I'm very lucky. I'm very, very lucky to be able to have created something for myself that will last for a long time. I haven't had any handouts. No one's given me nothing. I've worked hard for it, brother, and what I've done for my boxing career is shaped for me to be able to make money outside of boxing. With training people and that. So I'm very lucky, and I don't take it for granted. And fuck. It's been a journey, mate, so far, It's absolutely crazy. When I first started boxing, it was obviously to get the respect in that. And I'm like, what am I going to do? And it's like, maybe see another country. My first country was Papua New Guinea. 70 countries later, I've been around the world. You name a country, I've pretty much been there, and all paid for, because I was team captain for pretty much 5 years as my amateur career. You get your own room, you get looked after. If I'd have had a nice girl that would come with me, she would have had a good trip, brother, So.
How many passports have you been through?
2.
Yeah, okay, fair play. Where's your favourite place? Where do you look back
well,
at most?
You know what? Because I travelled all around the world, and I'd never been on a holiday.
Yeah.
I'd travelled all around the fucking world, and I'd never been on a holiday, ever. So my first holiday was to Bali, all right? So
I can imagine people listening to that going, what?
Yeah, they don't understand. So when I say holiday, I'm like no mouth guard.
Yeah.
There's
no sun
being able to eat on the plane,
Yeah.
not cut and wait. But I like Croatia.
Yeah.
After the Frampton fight, I travelled Europe, and Croatia was one of the best places I went to.
Croatia's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's lovely.
unbelievable.
And the Frampton fight was in Belfast, wasn't it, from memory?
Yep.
How was that? Because that was a really quick in and out from memory.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the fight was hard, mate.
Yeah, it was a bit of a different reception as well. So when you walk out in Hobart, your own, in Tassie, your own town, and then you walk out against Frampton in Belfast.
I get asked that question a lot. Mate, it's noise.
Yeah.
If you can break that in your head and say, okay, if you're yelling at me and you're cheering for me, all right, you stop, you yell at me, right, and then you stop and you cheer at me. It's noise, right? It's noise. You just gotta think about how you take that. The noise, it's noise. And that's all it was, is noise. Yeah, okay. It didn't affect me. You know what affected me? Carl's fucking punches affected me.
Yeah, in the 5th round, you started to take a lot of sort of body shots
and stuff like that. Motherfucker. Because he got me in the 2nd round with a left hook and popped my eardrum. And then in the 4th, he popped my other eardrum. So I had 2 busted eardrums. I've had them, but never in a fight. I've had them in training. Right. And in training, you can adjust.
Done both.
You've done both of them. And then busted my fucking ribs, and down I went. But look, it is what it is, brother. It's I didn't cry after the fight, so I knew that I'd left everything in there.
Yeah. So when you are sort of sitting, you're in the ring, right, and you're getting hit left, right. How do you find the sort of motivation to just keep going? You don't stop. You just get back up and you start.
You don't need to look for it, brother.
Yeah.
I don't need to. It's just there. It's not. You know what I mean? It's there or it's not, brother. You don't need to look for it. If you're looking, if it comes in your head, say, maybe on an hour, you'll get out. That's when people do quit.
Yeah.
It's never come into my mind to stop, ever. Like, I remember in that fight, I sat down and Billy goes, come on, bro, you're taking too much punishment. I said, don't you fucking stop the fight. I said, let me go out on my shield, brother. I said, let me get knocked, let me go out. And that's what he did. He let me go out. I said, don't stop it. Don't fucking dare stop it. It's there or it's not, brother. It's there or it's not. And look, if it's not there, that's no problem. This, once again, people have to understand what I'm saying. If it's not there, it's not a problem. Because you know what's not there on me? A lot of fucking shit. I haven't got a lot of things that you guys have got, or Renee's got over here, or many other things, people. But one thing I do have is I've got that. If that's all I've got, that's all I've got. I'm happy with that. Fuck it. Yeah. fucking put me to sleep, stretching me out, get the oxygen mask in there, stretching me out. But I'll never give up, brother, ever. Ever in my fucking never. But if that's all I've got, that's all I've got. But I haven't got other things. So, don't take it personal. The thing, everyone takes everything personal. Fuck it, mate.
Yeah.
When you fucking live in this side of this head, mate, you can't take things personal, trust me. You'll fucking end up hating yourself.
Yeah.
So how often do you get back to Hobart? You're obviously living in Sydney now. How often do you get home?
Well, I've only been home. Well, when I moved here, I go, fuck it, I'm not going home for 12 months. I don't know why I said it, but I just said it. And when I say something, I do it. But unfortunately, my friend's father died. So, of course, I had to go back and be there for him and show my love to him and his family. May he rest in peace. And then my nan was really sick. My nan had a stroke. So I've been back twice in a year.
And you still got your gym down there?
No, I sold it.
Sold that?
So after the friend fight, come back, another mental breakdown, one of many. Sold everything that I worked my ass off for. Yeah. Didn't sell my house though. Sold my car, sold my gym, and moved to Sydney. Simple.
And how long have you been in Sydney?
A year, 1 year.
How's it been?
Unbelievable. Best decision I ever made.
Yeah?
Maybe 6 months of that's been hell. Yeah. But I've come out the other side.
Okay. Nice.
I had a bad breakup. When I say bad breakup, once again, it was bad because I made it bad. Yeah. I made it bad in my head because I said it was bad. We just didn't get on anymore and, wish her well. And people break up every day. Yep. Every fucking day they break up. True. But for some reason you make it worse in your own head, because it's you.
Yeah, you're the only one that's been through this.
Yeah,
no one else can understand.
This and that. But, bad breakup. So I might change that wording. I had a relationship that didn't work. And then I didn't help myself by drinking and partying and making things worse when I should have done what I always know works is stay in the gym, stay healthy, stay fit, which I do anyway, but I was sabotaging it overnight, drinking and that. So I let myself down. No one made me do it. I did it myself. I let myself down and I fell off the wagon big time. Probably the lowest point of my life. I had a few issues, other issues that I won't go into as well. A different coach, a few other things that went wrong, and but I'm fucking back now, mate. Yeah, I'm fucking back now.
So, when all this, we've obviously got to say it. When all this COVID stuff gets out, let's assume we're drawing a line on it tomorrow. So whenever people listen to it, it's hopefully done. What's Luke Jackson in the next 6, 12, 18 months?
Mate,
how many fights you want to do?
Luke Jackson's going to fight. Hopefully, within 4 weeks of this COVID shit coming off, I'm ready to go. I haven't had a drink in 4 months, and I'm going for 6, if not more. Yep. And I want another big fight, man. I feel I got something to prove to myself, not anyone else. I want to prove to myself that I can fucking have a real red hot crack, brother. And I just want to be happy, Someone asked me the other day, how am I? I said, I'm happy. And I said, what makes you happy? And I said, just the little things in life, like fucking walking my dogs, working, training good people, drinking coffee, and fucking training my guts out. Pretty simple, pretty simple. So I just want to continue to just. This year's about trying to set myself up, man, for life after boxing. Yeah. Because I do live life a little bit spontaneous, like fucking just hour by hour, like fucking So I got to sort this out a bit.
Yeah. What dogs you got?
I got a Jack Russell Chevy. He's 11 in June, and if I was a dog, mate, I'll be him. Honestly, he's fucking exactly like me. Crazy. Yeah. And I got a miniature pincer Inca. She's going to be 10 in September. So.
And you had them when you were in Tassie, or did you buy them in Sydney?
No, I've had them since they're 8 weeks old.
Yeah, okay.
They're the best, mate. Honestly, they've saved me too. Boxing and them dogs, honestly.
What keeps you in boxing?
Well, until I can find something else that's going to fucking stop me from...
Not asbestos or roofing.
Stop me fucking sabotaging. Nah, look, I just love it, brother. Yeah. I love training. Right? While we've been sitting here, I've been thinking about what I'm going to do for training. Obviously, after this, I've got more clients. And then I'm going to do some nice training in the afternoon. It's a nice day. I might go for a run. I've got a big challenge. Did I tell you what run challenge I'm going to do?
No.
No, so it's going to be the 5.575. So this is going to be a lot harder than David Goggins' challenge, all right? So
Have you just made this up, by the way?
Yeah.
Mate, patent this, trademark it. The,
Five,
the,
five,
You heard
se-
it here first.
the,
Yeah.
the Jacko 5575.
mad dog mentality, we call it. Everyone wants to be a mad dog till it's time to do what mad dogs do, brother. You know, like, so this is 5.575. Every 5 hours you run 5 miles for 75 miles, 75 hours. All right. So the thing is this: the times change. So if it's 4, 4, it stays the same time throughout the night. So this is mentally harder because one thing I found was setting the alarm and all that. So you don't know where you're at. So this is harder because the times change as the days go on.
Yeah.
It's not patterned.
Yeah.
So it's harder mentally. So you got to think of this, okay? And it's longer runs and it's longer time. So this is going to be difficult, this one. So
And when are you going to kick this up? When can we?
in a couple of weeks maybe. Or
You keen, John?
Well, look, one of the things I was watching you on Instagram, and you did mention there were people that obviously were in your sequence, and they would join you for the run.
Yep.
Was that knowing your personality? I think I know what you're going to say, but I want to hear you say it. How did you find that? Like when people were kind of timing their sleep to wake up and then go training with you, even if it was one leg.
Unbelievable, brother. Like I remember coming out 4 a.m. and I'm like, said my mate, he's like, "Let's fucking go, let's go." And I'm like looking up, there's this guy walking down the street. It's my mate Darryl Foley, Irish guy. He's like, "Let's fucking go." And he's like, I couldn't. He goes, "Man, I fucking didn't even know you was doing this. I was looking at Insta last night." He's like, "This motherfucker's crazy. I'm gonna get up and fucking meet him." And then he went and done his own running challenges the week after.
Yeah.
And I've had all these people around Australia hit me up saying, "I did this challenge because of you. You supported, like, well done." And I've had, like, the boxing community in Australia is very small, but for some reason, everyone gets on everyone's ass and say, "Oh, you fucking fighting a bum. What are you doing? Like, like, fight this guy, fight that guy." Like, I've copped backlash from it, So we should all sit together. Yeah. We're all just trying to have a crack and achieve the greatest we can in a fucking hard sport, right? So why don't we support each other? So the good thing about the run challenge I did, everyone is messaging me, supporting me, and I'm supporting them. And people that I didn't even think like me, do actually like me, which is great. Fucking good on them, brother, and good on them, and have a crack, and just everyone. The thing about me, I want everyone to make it. I want to make it, but I want to take everyone with me. I don't fucking. One thing I never do is wish bad on people ever. Mate, if you don't do the work, you won't get the results. Simple. So, if you wanna have a crack, brother. If you don't, then just fucking stay in your lane, and don't fucking sabotage anyone.
Yeah.
Don't sabotage me. I'm not sabotaging you. Yeah. You say fuck me, I'm saying fuck you. Simple as that. Yeah. You nice to me, I'm nice to you. Like, just fucking keep it. Life's too hard, man. We need to be supporting each other in everything. Yeah. In everything.
Yeah. Well, mate, I think on that, conscious of your time, you did say you got clients later on today, so we'll probably wrap up very soon. How can people find you, reach out, connect? What's your handles, Instagram, Facebook, all that? If they want to train with an Olympic, team captain, I know some of the things that I, take as, I love it. Yep. Love training with you. So how can people reach out, connect with you, and support you as well going forward?
Well, it's just Luke Jackson on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Pretty simple. Hit me up. I'll always write back to you guys. I get a lot of support on my socials, and always try and reach out and give back to people. And if he's need anything, hit me up, and we'll get it done. But I appreciate you guys for your time today.
Thanks
and
for coming.
maybe we can do an episode 2 if this one gets there. Because honestly, there's a lot of shit we can talk about.
I'm looking forward to it.
Hey?
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Will you be listening to Lifestyle Pirates with Big J and Adriano? Thanks very much. We'll see you again soon.
Hooroo.